Hi, everybody. I'm Meredith, and I'm with the Brahma Kumari's meditation team or group, or we even call ourselves a family, the meditation or the Brahma Kumari's family. And what we do every night, if you're new or if you're regular, maybe you forgot, we meditate together. And there's really something quite amazing to me about the fact that we might not even be seeing each other. Or I can't see you, you can see me, and yet something is happening. There is a magic to coming together in a group. It could be two people, something changes. And that's really what the Brahma Kumaris are all about, what meditation is all about, is that energy. What I've been thinking about is I've been thinking about a song, actually, and it's the Billy Joel song, which has to do with New York state of mind. So that's my title tonight, is What's Your State of Mind? And if you remember the song, it's about a New York state of mind and the New York Times and the Hudson River line and Chinatown. And as soon as I hear that song, if you've ever heard this song, and I wish I could play it for you, and I could, but I'm not sure if it's going to sound so good. I can play music without words. It doesn't always sound so good on this Zoom. But New York state of mind, Billy Joel. And as soon as I hear that song, I begin to feel like I'm in New York. Now, I've never lived in New York. I've spent quite a bit of time in New York, but I'm not a New Yorker. And yet, I start to feel like I'm a New Yorker, the old days of New York. And I'm sure it'll come back again if we're feeling about that it's not the same as it was, over the last few months. But that New York state of mind is kind of like a vibe, like an energy. And you can actually become part of that energy when you hear a song or you see a film or you go on a trip. I think really good trips in our lives, and it even could be for a few days, down to the Keys or something. I remember someone that I knew years ago went to the Greek Isles, sailed around the Greek Isles with her family, and she came back and she said, I'm totally different. I'm going to have a different vibe. I'm going to be different. I'm not going to get caught up in work, and I'm going to be very relaxed, and I'm changed. And then you know what happens, right? You know what happens. That trip starts to fade away, and that experience is no longer there. You can't feel that feeling of what it's like to just be far away from everything and just be so relaxed and feeling so good. So again, that's why we meditate, because we want to have that state of mind, that feeling of just a feeling of well-being, a feeling that everything is good. And let's face it, everything is not good these days. There's a lot of problems, and yet are we going to let our problems in our life take over our lives? Are we going to let these things bring us down and really just take away our state of mind? And think about your state of mind. Just think about right now what it is that you're feeling. And I actually looked up state of mind, and it said in the dictionary, and it said it means an attitude or an attitude or a mental state at a particular time. And so I think it's a good time right now for us to maybe check in and kind of think about what's our attitude right now. What is that mental state? I was thinking too that this state of mind isn't just one word. It's not just, oh, I'm happy, or I'm fearful, or it's kind of like a mix of a lot of words. It's a feeling of happy, it's a feeling of maybe enthusiasm, like a state of mind. It is kind of a vibe. And the beautiful thing is that the more that we check in with ourselves, and I just love checking in with myself. I do that a lot, just saying to myself, okay, what's going on inside here? What are you feeling? And what is it that I can do to just really feel better and really create that vibe, that state of mind? And everything is energy. It's all about energy and all about the vibe. And so you are in control. So I want to say hi to Cindy. I know she's watching. And I want to say hello to everybody else that's out there. And I just hope that you know that you're here because you can make things happen in your life. And it starts from within. That's where it all starts. It's not what's going on out there, it's what's going on inside here. So let's do it, right? Let's get into that state of mind. So first, what I want you to do is, well, what I need to do first is give us some music, right? Some nice relaxing music. Okay. And what I want you to do right now is exactly just relax. Just let's forget about anything that happened today that maybe caused some difficulty or some conflict, and we can get back to that later and change that. But right now it's to just take some time out for yourself. I'm sure you're busy in your life, whether it's business, whether it's family, whether it's just things to do, whether it's maybe even having to take care of someone else that needs you. But you do need to take time out. And so right now, that's what I'm doing. I'm taking time out. I'm going within so that I can get in touch with my true self, my better self. In fact, it's my higher self. And so let me tune into that self. Let me take a look, kind of like the way a doctor takes a look at you when you go to a doctor and assesses, usually through tests, assesses what's going on within you, right? The doctor might look at you physically, but it's more about those tests and finding out what's happening inside. And that's what we're doing. We can be the doctors to ourselves. We can be our own best doctors. Only we know what's going on within, the true feeling of what's happening, that true state of mind. So I sit back now and let me just take a couple of breaths. Just let me breathe in a little bit, then breathe out. Take a deep, deep breath in, hold it, and then just release it. Let me take another breath. This beautiful breath that keeps me going, keeps me alive. How I value that breath, how important that breath is. So let me just breathe inside, in, hold it, and breathe out, and relax. So I'm feeling more relaxed. Something is right now giving me a little difficulty. There's a little pressure, maybe even a little headache. I can check in with myself, and I can change. I can change whatever's happening within me. So let me just focus on my inner light, this beautiful, beautiful light within me, the energy. It's the force within me. Let me focus. In the physical and the material, the doing, the going, the needing, life becomes like one action after another after another. But as I sit here and meditate, I stop. I take time out, and I become very, very still. Aside from the music right now, I'm still. I can be just still and quiet. How often am I really, really quiet? Where I can just hear the sounds of my inner self the beautiful, beautiful sounds of my own vibration. Here I am, just focusing all of my attention on my beautiful light. Let me shine that light. Let me spread that light. It's as if I'm radiating light right now. A beautiful light, like a sparkling light within me. Starting in my head where the soul is, down through my body, and out to others, to the energy field, to everyone around me, and on to the entire world. I can just spread this beautiful light. I sparkle. I radiate. It's as if I'm a tiny, tiny spark of beautiful light, but filled with so much power. All of this power within me. Sometimes I don't even know that I have this kind of power. I'm so caught up in what's going on out there. So all I have to do right now is just stay with myself. Get to know myself. I'm so busy often knowing about everything else, knowing what's going on in the world, knowing what might be going on with my family or work or with media, that the most important being of all, the inner self, is neglected. It's as if I'm neglecting my inner child, my beautiful child, the soul within me. So let me just nurture this child. Let me bring this beautiful state of mind into being and hold it. And just hold that feeling of well-being, that feeling of loving, being able to be loving, not judging anybody, not criticizing anyone for whatever their flaws might be, and also not judging or criticizing myself, loving myself. As I love myself more in a deeper spiritual way, the more happy that I become and fulfilled I become. And I create this vibe, this really wonderful state of being, a vibe where all is well, everything is good. So now it might be time to move away from this for now, to slow myself down. And now is the time to just know that I can change. I can become better, can become more fulfilled, more on purpose. And it's an amazing feeling to know that whatever is happening out there doesn't truly have to affect me, doesn't have to hurt me, or upset me, or make me fearful. So let me just hold this feeling and know that everything is good. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. So get in touch with your state of mind. You can have a Hawaii state of mind. Maybe you vibe with Australia, whatever it is, New York state of mind, whatever it is, or just a spiritual state of mind. That's more important than anything, to just feel, excuse me, just dry throat. Just feel that state of mind. And when you get away from it, that's okay. You know you can come back to it. Just go into silence. Give yourself some time, be good to yourself. Because I know you spend a lot of time, I'm sure, trying to be good to others, but Don't forget or neglect yourself. So thank you so much for meditating with me. I feel better just by meditating with you all. Om Shanti. See you soon.